myself, I'm not just gonna stand here and wait. I wanna just decide what is to be my fate. Alone all by myself, I'm not just gonna stay here and wait.
Is this thing on? Good morning, everybody. It is me, Jim Finch, who literally was writing this while the opening theme was playing. So good morning. It's another beautiful Sunday here in north central Pennsylvania. The sky is blue, the birds are tweeting, and Hank's army of raccoons aren't done planting the landmines in the neighbor's backyard yet. Don't tell them. They got the wrong address. We're back today with another edition of the news. News on Floyd Wallace. News on Riverside County accountability. News on Tom CPU. And, of course, a GoFundMe Phantom editorial on Jose Chili de Castro. Plus, we flash back to the time when Jeremiah Payne, yes, Jeremiah Payne, your beloved Jeremiah Payne, as I can't get my mouse to go up and click on things, your beloved Jeremiah Payne got himself kicked out of a laundromat. That's right. A laundromat, and I am not muted. So, Shuggy, something's going on. Shuggy, turn your speakers on. And Shuggy, you even have your own brand new area over on my server that says GoFundMe tracking /Shuggy. So go crazy there, all you want. Anyway, since I literally wrote this opening and just got distracted, I was writing the opening while the opening theme was playing. Now you know what kind of day it is. Couple of announcements. Our Karen Reed coverage is starting 30 minutes early tomorrow at 8:25 a.m. Eastern. This is because they're supposed to have a motions hearing to start the day off at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and we'll be there in case they cover it live. If not, we'll be doing Drunk Girl, and we'll have an angry Hank to start the day. Also, our individual copies of these news stories will be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. where it counts, 5 p.m. Mountain, and 4 p.m. Pacific. You can find them right here at Really Cool Site. And we'll be back here in 90 minutes or so after we wrap up here for our Week in Review show. We've got a long one. It's going to go about 90 minutes itself. So please tune into that one if you want to catch up on the day, or actually the week we had last week. So with that, I'm going to push play, and I'll see you back here in about 12 minutes if I finish writing the outro by then. Okay, add to stage, and let's go! And thank you for being here on ReallyCoolSite.org, or YouTube, or whatever the hell we're on right now. Twitter, too! No winners for Saturday GoFundMe race. As expected, Saturday again resulted in goose eggs across the board for the GoFundMe campaigns we follow, as there have been no significant updates from any of the YouTubers involved in the campaigns that would result in donations. Jose Chili de Castro in particular was silent again on Saturday, bringing concerns from supporters, as it has been a week since a direct statement from the YouTuber, who is currently being housed in the Clark County, Nevada Detention Center. De Castro's last statement was released on June 3, 2024, and involved an update on his unusual sleep patterns while in jail. In that video, the YouTuber claimed that he was sleeping from late morning through most of the afternoon and staying up all night in order to work on his various projects and lawsuits. While his channel had new live content featuring Brian Here's the Deal Young and attorney Michael Eline, neither indicated that they were in current contact with DeCastro, nor did his channel feature new statements on his YouTube community page updating any changes in status from DeCastro. Speculation by many of his followers has been that DeCastro has been either in an extended lockdown or he has had his phone privileges taken away. DeCastro had been notably unhappy about being moved from a minimum barracks to a medium minimum barracks that offered less free time and more limits to what he could do during the day. DeCastro's absence has also affected his social blade standings, with his channel falling from a B+ status when he went into jail to a current status of a B. His subscriber rate has also fallen by 72.7% in the last 30 days to a new low of 6,000 new viewers for that period. Likewise, DeCastro's video views are down by 48.8%, according to the site, with just 9.5 million video views in the last 30 days. While the site still estimates that he'll make anywhere between $28,000 and $456,000 in revenue from YouTube for the year, and he has yet to start losing subscribers, he's only averaging 200 new subscribers a day and has gone for long periods of time without hitting measurable new subscriber additions on Social Blade. The numbers paint a bleak picture for DeCastro, who has a little over 53 days left on his jail sentence. With his proxies ineffective in maintaining his one spectacular average, that of subscriber count, even with the allegations he had purchased subscribers, his channel is clearly in a spiral at this time. We'll wait and see if his proxies will be able to recover from it, or if they have actually truly managed to put it in a death spiral while he has been languishing in jail. Tom CPU just makes things worse. YouTuber Tom CPU attempted to clean up his threats towards Caitlin Albert and her future children on Saturday with a new live stream shot from his car as he drove through Massachusetts. The YouTuber made threats to prosecution witness Caitlin Albert on Friday, stating that he had plans for her children once she had them, and that she would be thinking of him on her wedding night. His implied threats to the daughter of homeowner Brian Albert, who he has accused of being one of the real murderers of Boston police officer John O'Keefe, set off a wave of negative comments about Tom CPU and saw his comments used in remixes that put his threats to horror music. Tom CPU started his Saturday live stream by accidentally doxing his own phone number and Google phone number, which is still part of the live stream published to YouTube, as he thought the live hadn't started yet. He then claimed he was a supporter of the factually innocent Karen Reed, and he had been hit, pushed around, and accused of having a fake Twitter account that was later supposedly proven false by Turtle Boy Aiden Kearney, all because he had supported Reed. Explaining why he was upset with Caitlin Albert, he stated that he thought she was involved in having his medical benefits canceled as she worked in the industry. His threats to her were based on the assumption, as he only just figured out, her supposed connection to the loss of his benefits. The frazzled YouTuber also explained his confusion about why he received negative reactions to his threats to an unconceived child. He said that the child was not real, as he didn't believe that Caitlin Albert had any kids, also noting that he didn't want her gene pool to continue, so it puzzled him why a threat to her imaginary children went viral. Switching subjects, he then went on a rant about the lack of security surrounding Karen Reed at the trial. He claimed to be a quasi-bodyguard to Reed as she entered and exited the courthouse. He then weirdly expanded his claims to say he was a protector of children, prompting another negative reaction from those watching his live stream. Tom CPU then loudly complained that all the members of the Albert family had police escorts as they came and went from the courthouse, while Karen Reed did not. He also implied that Reed had a lower standard of care by police, as they wouldn't even stop traffic to allow her to cross the street against the light. As the livestream wrapped up, Tom CPU again directed his scorn against Caitlin Albert. He said that he prayed Albert did not make any phone calls where his name was mentioned. He then promised that his investigations would show that he was justified in his statements threatening Caitlin Albert and her future children. Tom CPU promised he would be on hand when the Karen Reed murder trial continues on Monday, and efforts to silence him would not work. Floyd Wallace claims hospital scam. YouTuber Floyd Wallace went live on Saturday with an emergency live stream seeking funds from his fans after being charged an additional $484 on his PayPal account by a hospital in the Dominican Republic. The YouTuber went to a hospital in the Dominican Republic on June 1st, 2024, in order to have his GRD checked out, which he claimed was preventing him from properly breathing. He paid for the treatment with his PayPal card and left the country to return to America. Live streaming from a motel in an unknown location, Wallace was agitated as he had plans to meet with 3 women on Saturday that were now in doubt. He claimed that he had lined up girls to party for the day, but now he couldn't as he was scammed by the hospital bill. Wallace immediately began an emergency fundraiser based on the hospital stealing from him and explained that he would have been put in jail if he was in the Dominican Republic, as he would have had a violent reaction to losing the money. The occasional First Amendment auditor refused to show further proof of the transactions, strangely unless his fans donated to his Cash App account. He also refused to answer direct questions, following his standard policy, unless his fans gave him Cash App donations. Wallace's side chat disputed his claims, as, according to those who looked at his bill, the initial $488 charge on June 1st did not go through, and that the $484 charge on Saturday morning was a second attempt to charge for services by the hospital. Fans and friends in his side chat also gave Wallace a round of "I told you so" remarks, as they had previously told him not to use his PayPal card while overseas and to only use cash to prevent incidents like this from happening. Wallace responded to those remarks by banning the majority of the people who made them. He irrationally reacted to the side chat and became increasingly agitated on camera as the live stream progressed. Eventually breaking down, Wallace explained that the money the hospital took was the money he had devoted to buying a car off of Facebook Marketplace. He also explained that the money he had previously raised for the Philippines and Thailand was also now gone. At the end of the 3-hour live stream, Wallace still had no response from PayPal about the dispute or enough donations to make up for his losses. He put his head in his hands, going silent for extended periods of time, before putting up photos of 3 random women and ending the live stream. Riverside Accountability takes plea deal. Printed reports by The Sun and other publications indicate that jailed First Amendment auditor David Chavez, formerly part of a group known as the Justice 8, took a plea deal on Friday. Chavez was arrested in a stunning early morning raid in December, which he captured as the last posted livestream on his YouTube channel since then. The raid, echoed by similar raids across California that morning, came after an extensive police crackdown on a group Chavez was allegedly part of, led by activist Eden Alexander and Murado. The group collectively had been charged with assault, kidnapping, and conspiracy after a series of incidents involving street vendors in Southern California last year. Their specific charges came from an arranged protest in September in support of a 16-year-old girl who was body slammed by police after a football game. The protest turned violent as the auditors squared off with a male passenger in a vehicle, which resulted in an uninvolved citizen being pepper sprayed. The group, dubbed the Freedom 8, had been held without possibility of bond since December, which is unusual for offenders in the state of California. Courts justified holding the individuals due to the threat to public safety and Murado and others caused by amassing groups of 300 or more people to harass targets with a single post on social media. These spontaneous gatherings plagued California last year as the group managed to hold them at a moment's notice, often gathering hundreds of people in front of the residences of those accused of harassing or hurting street vendors. Police arriving at the gatherings were often overwhelmed by the size of the crowd and needed help to disperse the crowd from other police forces in the area. This led to a joint task force in the late summer and early fall that identified the ringleaders of the group and their eventual arrests. David Chavez's Riverside Valley Accountability YouTube page has been dormant since the arrest. While he was arrested with the group, his videos were forgettable for the most part. They blended in with countless other videos from Southern California-based First Amendment auditors, though did occasionally focus on justice for street vendors. Chavez agreed to take a plea deal on Friday, where he will receive 2 years in state prison, with around a year of credit for time served. He remains in custody as of press time. Flashback, June 9th, 2023. Payne trespassed from laundromat. Jeremiah Payne's Thursday return to YouTube live streaming came to an abrupt end as Payne was trespassed by police from a Clarksville, Tennessee laundromat for causing a disruption. Payne, accompanied by wife Samantha and their 5-year-old daughter, broadcasted from outside of a Clarksville area laundromat on Thursday. Payne's daughter stated that she needed to use the bathroom and expressed fear of a woman who was working at the laundromat who yelled at her earlier for taking extended time in the bathroom while playing in the sink. This enraged Payne, who brought his wife and daughter back into the laundromat to confront the woman. Taking the key to the bathroom from the woman, Payne stood guard while Samantha and their daughter used the bathroom, then used the bathroom himself. On the way to return the key and exit the store, the woman yelled at Payne's daughter for pushing a laundry cart to the front of the store. Payne began to curse at the woman, and a man working at the store told Payne's family to leave the premises. Once outside, Payne gave the laundromat's phone number and website to his live chat and directed his viewers to call the laundromat and to complain about his treatment. Payne backed away from the store entrance as the male worker returned a bag Payne had left in the store while on the phone with police. Payne was cordial with the responding police officers as they arrived, and both he and his wife Samantha gave a reasoned explanation of what happened. They were then told the laundromat owner wanted to permanently trespass them from the establishment. Payne seemed calm during the police officer's explanation that the trespass only encompasses the area around the laundromat and the Payne family would be able to use the other businesses at the strip mall. The younger of the two responding officers let out a nervous laugh when Payne said that he would now be suing the Clarksville Police Department, which enraged Payne. Payne started screaming at the officers and refused to leave the parking lot to return to his hotel until after the officers left in their patrol cars. Neither Jeremiah or Samantha Payne were charged in the incident. Well, folks, I forgot to hit mute again. That's how new we are. We've only been doing this for a month now, or almost a month, about 5 more days, and it's our 1 month anniversary. So, let me find where I was again. So, again, we'll be going to be live about 90 minutes at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. word counts, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific for our week in review show. Also, tomorrow we'll be live early at 8:25 a.m. Eastern for our Karen Reed murder trial coverage. It'll be a long one, folks, so they're going to start the day early with a motions hearing. More news. Are you ready for more news? Are you ready for more news? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for more news, or else I'm just going to say it anyway. 1 in the chat if you can hear me and we're doing more news. That's right, more news. I don't see any 1, so we're going to do the news anyway. For the second straight week in a row, we will be having our Thursday All-Star panel on Tuesday. That's right, kids. You can hang with the creepy man-childs and me on Tuesday this week. With the Karen Reed murder trial going 4 full days this week, they're off Tuesday, thank God. We'll be chatting on Tuesday and sacrificing some Jaffa cakes to the gods of Australia. That's right, gods of Australia want them Jaffa cakes to be banned because Tim Tams are number 1. Remember to come back in for our week review later tonight, and I'll see you then if I get done writing the intros and outros for that by then. So stay tuned, and the wondrous post-credit scene will be here if you dare. On that note, folks, again, thank you for being here, and stick around for the post-credit scene.